Hello, everybody. So, I have a cat that is near me, and she is going to be meowing like crazy. So, yeah, it's cute though. Um, but yeah, today's video is going to be about how my schizophrenia affects my relationships with people. I'm talking about like just regular relationships, not like romantic ones. Um, I can talk about that a little bit too. So, over the years, I have gotten a little bit better at you know, keeping friends, making friends. So my main problem was when I was younger. Um, so around 14 years old, 15, 16, I started to withdraw a lot. I started to isolate myself a lot, a fuck ton. Okay, to where I wouldn't see anybody for years. Um, Now I don't know if it's like this for a lot of people with schizophrenia. Um, I myself, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm schizoaffective. Um, but I mean, schizophrenia. I don't know. I'll just say schizophrenia. Um, and back then, I just withdrew, and I just stopped talking to everybody, and it was like very. It was very bad because I enjoyed hanging out with people a lot. I really enjoyed it, but I felt um, like I had really bad delusions back then, or I mean I have bad delusions now, the ones that I'm aware of. Um, Back then I had really bad delusions. I had bad delusions of grandeur, um, which is like if you think of yourself as like a god, kind of, um, and that kind of messes up relationships a bit. Um, and then over the years, I'll say I'm the kind of person that it's very, very hard for me to trust anybody. Um, not, it, I mean, for people just regularly have a hard time trusting people. For me, it's like I will spend years alone because I don't trust people, and it's like I do really want to uh, meet people. I want to hang out with people and stuff like that, but it's like my social battery is really, really low, and I feel kind of like an alien. I say this all the time. I feel like kind of like an alien when I'm um, out in the world. Like if I'm at let's say I'm at the grocery store or something, or let's say I'm at the gym or something like that. I will feel like an alien. I will feel like I'm not human, like I do not belong. And it doesn't really make much sense because socially I'm pretty good at having conversations with people. Um, but there's just something in my brain, in my head, that just makes it very hard for me to continue to do it, I guess. Because I remember so many times that I would just disappear for months on end. Like, let's say I have some good friends I talk to quite a lot, all right? And then all of a sudden, I will just disappear and not talk to anybody for like months or maybe up to a year sometimes. And that, I can't even think of the reason why I did that. I can't think of any reasons why I do that. Um, like, I genuinely really like people a lot, and I love hanging out with people, and I love meeting people. I love meeting new people. Um, I don't know. Maybe it just has something to do with schizophrenia. I don't know. I don't understand it really. I still to this day don't really understand it. Why I isolate so much. For example, like let's say um, I haven't hung out with anybody or went out with like a friend for 8 years. now. 8 years. It's been 8 years. I think. Somewhere around there. And that in itself is very, very sad to me. It makes me quite sad. It makes me feel really lonely. And I do sometimes have a really hard time dealing with it. Like I will just, I don't have a good time dealing with that sometimes. Because it hits me really hard. That it's like I feel like I've wasted so much of my life and stuff. But I can't think like that. And then let's say how it affects my relationships. The way it affects the relationships is they're like trying to reach, like people try to reach out to me, and I either just don't check anything or I'm not responding to anything for a long time. Like I don't really get it. It's such a strange thing. If somebody can explain this to me, please do. Because there's a big thing with schizophrenia for me, where I will be so paranoid or I'll be so delusional that I'm thinking that people are out to really harm me, to kill me, to find some way to harm me, poison me. And it's like, I think that of everybody, except for maybe a few people I can trust. And it's very rare for me to meet someone I trust or find someone I trust. And, it's just it affects them really bad. It's like I just can't fathom it. I don't understand it. There's so many things I don't understand about my own brain. Like schizoaffective disorder, depressive type. I got PTSD. I got panic disorder. I got somatic symptom disorder and others. It's like these things I don't understand. Like why it's doing that. Because it's like my brain is like on sabotage mode. Where it's like my brain is like permanently sabotaging me or like wanting me to suffer, pretty much. It's kind of what like schizophrenia is, to be honest. And it's just not good at all. And I don't know how to really change it. Lately I've been good. I'll say that. So recently, I'd say in this past year, since I was like 27, let's say back in April of last year, I got COVID around this time. Since then, I have completely like changed a bit, where I'm starting to actually do things, or I'm trying to. It's really, really hard, but it's like I've started doing, like I used to vape, I used to quit, I used to smoke, I used to vape. I started at 15, quit at 27, but I vaped from like 20 to 27. I quit cigarettes a long time ago. So I quit vaping last year, and that's when it started. I started to work out a lot, and now I'm starting to do things like recently I got like a case manager to help me do things like things I have trouble doing. And then I also got a therapist now, which I have never had. I mean, I've had a therapist once. So it's like these things I'm starting to do now, because it's a very lonely like existence. I can't live like this, you know what I mean? It's like there's just no way I can continue living like this, because it's really, really difficult, and I don't want to live like that, to be honest. I just don't. And I try to be there, present, with everyone I talk to, everyone I meet. Nowadays, so it's gotten a lot better, but back then it was really, really bad. I would disappear for months on end, and I just, it's like I was like in my own world, kinda. I can't really even describe it. I was just in my own world. Nothing outside of that world existed, kinda. It's so hard to explain. The way it affects like romantic relationships. Um, I would say it doesn't really affect romantic relationships a lot. Um, it's just like kind of the same thing. Um, yeah, I don't really get affected too much. I've noticed sometimes I would have when I was okay. Let's say when I'm in a relationship, I end up okay. I'll say this: I'll end up having some like psychotic episodes, kind of, um, more often than not because it's so out of the norm that I'm used to, and it's so I get so overwhelmed super easily. So when I'm overwhelmed, I do not do well in situations like that or being around someone constantly. Don't do well with it because I get overwhelmed so easily. That's to the that's to the extent of how it affects my relationships. Also, I mean, I guess I get kind of paranoid that um, like they would be cheating on me, but I mean that's kind of normal. People I mean, maybe people are somewhat always worried about that, but mine's not really that much different. So I would talk more about friendships or just like relationships with people because that's where it affected them. Because I would, and in relationships, I never really ditched too much. But sometimes, I mean, I've been in a lot of relationships, and it's like I I do disappear, um, and end up just breaking it off. Um, Not for anything like even too crazy. Not for anything like I don't know. Um, so that's with relationships, but yeah, it's really it's I feel like a lot of people with schizophrenia deal with the same thing or similar things. Yeah, it's just like it's just really hard because it's like I desperately want to be normal, and obviously I say normal as in like there's nothing normal. Okay, normal doesn't exist, but I'm just saying I want to be to the point or normal to the point of like being able to just be a human, have fun, go out with people, hang out with people, do fun things. Um, but those things feel like the biggest obstacle in the world to do. Like let's say right now I'm working on getting an apartment. I'm even getting help from my case manager to do that. And it's like it's the biggest obstacle for me. It's like it seems like it's impossible, even when I'm getting help. Um, I just don't. My brain. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But anyways, that's it for this video. It's gone a little too long. I talked a little bit too much about some random shit. I don't know. But yeah, I'm working on it. Hopefully, down the road, I can be a lot better. Because I genuinely do really love people. Just very paranoid and delusional about them. But anyways, thank you guys for watching.